Hi, my name's Pat, and if you didn't already know me, I'm highly active on social media. And a lot of times that can be conceived in one of two different ways. Either one, it's a technical mind or it's an educational mind who's trying to publish the information. Or number two, it's someone looking for attentional clout. I like to think that I'm in both of those groups. And I wanted to talk about why social media provides me with some inherent benefits. Regardless of whether or not anybody views my content, just the fact that I create content helps me out. It benefits my life. So I'm highly active. I post every single day on LinkedIn, on Medium, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, sometimes on Snapchat. I've been backing off of Snapchat recently though, because one, it takes forever to load on my phone, and two, you don't save everything. Like I have to physically click the save button, whereas on Instagram, it automatically saves everything in my phone. So what kind of inherent value does it provide to my life? Well, first off, the fact that you're documenting helps to make sure that you can track where you've done, what you've done, and then you can act on it and make improvements to your life. Example. I was, during my second internship last year, I had made a couple mistakes while I was coding, while I was learning how to code. Had it written down in my notebook, and I also had some Snapchats of me venting about the situation. And because I vented about the situation, I was able to see exactly what I did wrong, and then I was able to make those improvements so that I was able to fix it. So documentation is really critical. One of the things that I really like about having social media is I can look back on myself and peek inside of my brain from the past year. It's like when I'm in my 50s and my kids want to see what I was like when I was growing up, wanted to see the kind of hustler, the kind of entrepreneur person I was. All they have to do is look on Instagram, look on YouTube, look on Twitter, look on Snapchat, and they'll find all my content. They'll see me wearing this backwards hat. They'll see me with my long hair. I think that's going to be really cool. Something that's unique to our time is going to persist for future generations. But we're the first generations that are really setting the standard. We're saying what it's like and how people are going to interact with these platforms. What are the trends I've been latching onto? So I think that there are two main trends that I got from this book written by Kevin Kelly, who's the founder of Wired magazine, a big, famous technical magazine. First trend is tracking. People want to track more and more in today's society. Think about yourself. Are you wearing it right now? Are you wearing an Apple Watch right now? Does that track your daily vitals and give that to you at all times? When wearable clothes are going to be coming out that have sensors in them that can read your heart rate, that can read other vital signs, I can pretty much guarantee you're going to be owning that. Additionally, data science and machine learning. These are two fields that have only come out in the past 10, maybe 15 years. And these fields are based all around tracking and data. The more data that you have, the more information that you have, the better insights and the better intelligence you're able to create using these platforms. Last one is Quayside Sidewalk Labs. This is a partnership between the City of Toronto and one of the Google subsidiaries called Sidewalk Labs. And what that group does is they are making an entire city smart so that as you're walking through the city, it knows you opened up the door, it scans your face and knows that you went and bought some stuff from Amazon Go. It tells you where you parked your bike and everything in between. It's a digital layer wrapped on top of the physical layer that is a city. So tracking on a city level, on a company level, on a personal level, tracking is a trend that's going to continue. Second trend, sharing. We want to share, and it increases our ability to be backed up as an expert, and it also provides ways for other people to find us. Think of Wikipedia. When you are on Wikipedia, you see a series of links. You click on a link and it takes you to another subject that's related or has a source from that first link. Same thing with Instagram, same thing with any major news stations. Especially with the advent of fake news, having shared links in your post makes it so that your expertise is perceived to be higher than if you just wrote a bunch of stuff that came off the top of your head. By sharing and by linking, you make it so that everything can be found and the original source of truth can be found at all times. Some examples of sharing in action. YouTube. If you include other links to YouTube, other YouTube posts, the YouTube search algorithm is going to push your YouTube video up to the top. Same concept with Google. If you have more links on your website, because you're linking out to quality content, you have a higher chance of being raised up to the top couple search results on Google. And finally, live stories and streaming. couple years ago, did we really have live video? No. Did we have stories? No. Snapchat and Instagram created that. Did we have streaming services like Twitch and like Netflix? No. Those all came out in the past 8-10 years as ways that we can share content much faster, making it so that you don't need to own anything. You don't need to physically store anything. All you have to do is share. So the final words I want to say today: observe a trend. In my case, I observe the trends of tracking and sharing. Predict the implications of that trend. In my case, I think tracking and sharing are going to fundamentally change how humans are interacting with each other. And then act on those predictions. So figure out how you can see that trend, how you can predict what it's going to do, and then act on it. That way you can continue to experiment, try new things, and lean into the future rather than being afraid and backing off and trying to become a Luddite.